October 31st, 1780, Halloween night. While the American Revolution raged on land, a different kind of horror was unfolding on the cold, black waters of Lake Ontario. The HMS Ontario, a massive British brig of war, vanished into a howling hurricane with over 80 souls on board. For 228 years, she was a legend, a ghost ship. Many thought she would never be found. This is the story of her final voyage. The HMS Ontario wasn't just a boat, it was the most powerful British vessel on the Great Lakes. At the time, built in 1780 at Island, she was 80 feet long and armed with 22 cannons. Her job was simple: maintain British dominance over the lakes and transport troops and supplies between Fort Niagara and Fort Oswego. But the Great Lakes are notorious for the inland seas and temperament. They can produce waves and winds speeds that rival the Atlantic Ocean, and Ontario was about to meet the worst of it. Under the command of Captain James Andrews, the Ontario set sail from Fort Niagara on October 31st. On board were British soldiers, several women and children, and even a few American prisoners of war. By sunset, the weather turned and massive nor'easter slammed into the ship, and the lake transformed. Witnesses on shore reported waves the size of houses. In the building snow and spray, the Ontario likely foundered, taking on water faster than the crew could pump it out. By morning, the lake was eerily calm, but the Ontario was gone. No distress signals, no survivors. Only a few hats and a canoe were found, washed up on shore days later. For over 2 centuries, the Ontario was the holy grail for Great Lakes shipwreck hunters. Because it was a British warship, it technically still belonged to the Royal Navy, adding a layer of international intrigue to the search. Finally, in 2008, veteran explorers Tim Kennard and Dan Scottsville used side-scan sonar and a remotely operated vehicle, ROV, to find the impossible sitting in the deep water off the southern shore. The ship was almost perfectly preserved because of the cold, fresh water and the lack of sunlight at those depths. The wood hadn't rotted. Today, the HMS Ontario is a war grave, resting silently in the darkness. She remains one of the few shipwrecks in the world that was found with her masts still standing, a frozen monument in time from the birth of two nations. As we look at these images, we are reminded that the Great Lakes don't hold water, they hold history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into a forgotten ship sinking, hit the like button and subscribe for more forgotten history. Until next time, this is the Roads Lesser Ticket, signing off.